With purity of body, speech, and mind, I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception in every world in all the 10 directions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow within as many bodies as there are atoms in the Pure Lands, to all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive the entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightened ones. On each atom I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the Pure Lands, each Buddha surrounded by many Bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfections with all the sounds of an ocean of varied melodies, an ocean of endless praise. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flower, garlands, music and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. I offer as well to all those victorious ones the finest array of all excellent things, the finest robes and fragrances, and heaps of sweet-smelling powders as high as Mount Meru. By the power of my faith in the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and present vast and unequaled offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed, under the influence of desire, anger, or ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, the Bodhisattvas, the Pratyeka Buddhas, the Arhats, practitioners, and all sentient beings. I request the enlightened protectors who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood and illumine the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. With folded hands I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain for as many eons as there are atoms in all the Pure Lands, for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and beseeching be dedicated to attaining perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddha of the past and those now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those to come quickly fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddhahood by traversing the stages of enlightenment. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become pure and filled with Bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed to the royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May the contents of the Dharma be in harmony with the needs of all living beings and fulfill their hopes. May I perform all the deeds of enlightenment and remember my lives in all states of existence, and in all my lives after death, migration and rebirth. May I always embrace religious life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samantabhadra, pure in the immaculate deeds of morality. May my conduct always be flawless and without fault. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue, in whatever sounds are best understood by living beings, in the language of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I always diligently and patiently perform the perfections May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure it. Freed from karma, defilements, and actions of demons, as a lotus is unsoiled by the mire, so in every rebirth in the world may I proceed unhindered, like the sun and moon in a clear sky. Throughout all the lands, in all the directions, may the sufferings of the lower realms be completely relieved, establishing beings in happiness. May I work for the benefit of all living beings. Fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment, may I work in harmony with the activities of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra through all future aeons. May I always associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May those friends who wish to help me and also demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra always meet me again, and may I never cause them pain. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by Bodhisattvas, and without tiring, in all future aeons, may I always present them magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's holy Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samantabhadra in all future aeons. Through rebirth in all the states of existence, may I gather endless stores of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, and concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms present in each pure land, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of their bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands, and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma. And an ocean of words and languages precisely suited to the needs of all beings. May I possess perfect intelligence, so as to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheel of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I enter all the future aeons in a single instant. May I behold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activities through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms of the past, present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. May the illuminator of the worlds of the future realize the stages of Buddhahood, of turning the wheel, and of the profound peace of nirvana, and may I always be in their presence. May I acquire the perfectly accomplished powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, the power of all victorious qualities, the power of all pervasive love, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendent wisdom, and the power of perfect knowledge, method, and meditation. May the power of action be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds of Samantabhadra perfected. May the ocean of lands be purified, the ocean of beings liberated, the ocean of Dharma realized, and the ocean of wisdom fully attained. May the ocean of practice be purified, and the ocean of aspirations accomplished. May the oceans of Buddhas be ceaselessly worshipped, and the deeds of enlightenment tirelessly performed. May I accomplish, fulfill, perfect aspirations to enlightened activities in order to attain the stage of the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future, according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these virtuous actions that my deeds may be like his. May my body, speech, and mind, activities, and environment always be pure, and may I become equal to this excellent aspiration of Samantabhadra. May I tirelessly accomplish the virtuous deeds of Samantabhadra and the aspirations of the Bodhisattva Manjushri throughout all future eons. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues. Through limitless perseverance, may I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men, and the infinite realms of the 10 directions adorned with jewels, for as many aeons as there are atoms in those realms, shall gain great merit. But whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer, and is inspired by faith to intensely desire supreme enlightenment, shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold the Buddha of boundless light. They will all gain, all benefit, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, ethereal form, auspicious physical marks, and a noble rebirth. Profane and devilish beings will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will quickly reach the royal tree of enlightenment, residing there to benefit all beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of the Dharma, taming the demonic hosts. Whoever knows, teaches, or recites this aspiration of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment. In whatever way valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all my own virtues, that I might train to be like them. Through this dedication, praises as supreme as the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future, I dedicate all those roots of virtue to accomplishing the deeds of Samantabhadra. At the moment of my death, may all obscurations be removed, that I may behold the Buddha of boundless light and go to the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, may I completely fulfill all of these aspirations and benefit all beings as long as the universe remains. Joyful there, in that blessed assembly of the Buddhas, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus, and may the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I therefore accomplish countless benefits for living beings in all the 10 directions by the power of perfect wisdom in its myriad incarnations. Through whatever small virtue I have gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra, may all the victorious aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single instant. Through the boundless merit gained by so dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra, may the countless beings drowning in the torrents of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication prayers benefit countless living beings. My recitating this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realms. Om Ahum.